Madam Toastmaster's guests, get that ape out of your head. What's that all about? You're thinking, what's the ape in our head? Stress. We got a lot of it over the last 2 weeks. Tonight I'm going to give you 3 techniques on calming you down. But before I start, to be totally without stress is to be dead. So remember that. Like, we do need stress. We all need stress to help us to survive. And that's an important point at the very start. There was a book out by this guy called Steve Peters. He had a book called The Chimp Paradox. And he believes that the brain is made the brain very simple. He broke it into 2 pieces. The frontal cortex, he called the human part. And the back of the brain there, the ape part. And why he did that was that, if you think of it, we're humans been on this world 6 million years. And the ape part has been there as well for 6 million years. But the frontal cortex has only been here 100,000 years. So the ape is going to work much faster and much quicker. And what is it used mainly? It's used for fight, flight and freeze. And that particular way that we have survived over the last 6 million years has got us to where we are now. But we need to control with our frontal cortex, our human part of our brain. Sometimes we talk about fight, flight and freeze, but we forget that freeze is to do with being paralyzed, to be powerless. I remember when I was in school, in primary school, I was asked to read. And I could see the words in front of me. Once upon a time. But nothing would come out of my voice. Nothing would come out of my mouth. I was in freeze mode. I didn't know that at the time. I was so afraid of the teachers and that. But I know what fight, flight and freeze is all about. And this guy recommends to calm some of that down when you're in that fight, flight or freeze, and to get the logical part of the brain, which is the frontal part of the brain, the human part, to get that working. Just think of what socks did you put on this morning? What t-shirt did you put on this morning? What underwear did you put on this morning? Just think of the colour, anything. That will calm that part of the brain down. That's one technique. I'm going to get you 3 techniques tonight to reduce your stress. The second one is the serenity prayer. Now that sounds strange. I'm not being religious here at that, but it works a lot in rehab centres, and it also works for a lot of people. Repeating that to themselves. Forget about the God bit. Grant me peace of mind, serenity, to accept the things that cannot change, courage to change the things that you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And if you think of that, it's kind of, grant me peace of mind to accept maybe people I cannot change, and courage to change myself, and the wisdom to be able to do that. So you can move that around whatever way you want, but it'll calm the brain down. By repeating that constantly in the head, it's a way of reducing stress. The third one I'm going to bring up tonight is a simple grounding steps. These are using our 5 senses. And the first way is 5 things that you can see, like the wall, the ceiling, the window, my hand. 4 things that you can feel. I can feel the remote, I can feel my hand, I can feel my breath, and I can feel my trousers. 3 things that you can hear. I can hear my voice, I can hear the projector, I can hear the silence. 2 things I can smell. I can smell the air, I can smell the soap I put on earlier in my hand. 1 thing I can taste. I had some chewing gum earlier on, Wrigley's chewing gum. I can still taste that a little bit in my mouth. So you've got the 6 senses there, I know I've taken a while to say it to myself, but you bring those into your head, you're going to turn on the logical part of the brain, and you're not going to be as in fight, flight, or freeze. So let's summarize this up. Check your socks, your t-shirt, your underwear. Repeat the serenity prayer as much as you can in your head to calm you down. And the third one, check your 5 senses. So the next time you're doing a speech, don't think of, oh, this how stressed this is going to be. Think of excitement, of how exciting it's going to be to do a speech, because it's not stress that's going to kill us. It's the reaction to it.